Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card weekly guidance for the 21st through to the 27th. That's correct, of April. So I am using the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is a modality in a box. It comes with a key that you can turn into a pendulum to activate karmic healing, and also a masterclass to get you attuned to the cards and get you started. But you can also use the cards by themselves to activate healing through the healing portal that is held within the cards. So we will talk a little bit more about that through this particular pick, so that if you have got this card deck, then you can have a little play at this and see how you get on. So if you've not tuned in, these are the cards. If you want to tune in to cards 1, 2, or 3, I'm going to reveal the themes and the energies supporting you over the next 7 days. We have the bonus card. And what we're going to look at, because it is Easter Sunday today, we're going to look at renewal and rebirth. So it's a completely different type of topic theme that we would normally tune into, but it seemed very appropriate to look at rebirth, renewal, which Easter obviously represents. It also is a reflection of Astara, which is the spring equinox, which is all about rebirth, renewal. And Easter is about that kind of hope. It's about this rebirth process that we go through. And we have this, the symbology of the eggs and white rabbits and all of these types of things. So what you're going to get with these particular cards is a focus in terms of what is ready to be renewed and rebirthed, which of course then helps you to maybe make some really beautiful shifts and changes in your experience so that you can continue to step into a place of thriving. New chapters, all of these beautiful things that you are ready for. Now, what's really interesting about this week is 2 repeaters from last week. So obviously the messages are going to be different from last week because we were looking at money and wealth. No, we were looking at magic and miracles last week. But this week we are looking at renewal, and rebirth. So it is a slightly different theme message that will come through with the cards. And for me, with each of these cards, and I would encourage you to listen to all cards so that you've kind of got this real beautiful, multi-layered, full, rich kind of like message and support that helps you through the week. There's different elements of our human psyche, habits and behaviors that, you know what, we could perhaps shine the light on those, and maybe we need to renew those, and maybe we need to go through a bit of a rebirth and let those go a little bit, those little habits, those tendencies, those fears, those beliefs, whatever it might be. And of course, because we're using the Akashic record cards and the Akashic records, then what we can do is we can connect to the root cause, and we can cancel, alt, delete, we can transmute, transform, release, we can update that knowledge and the limitation that is attached to that, the energy, the frequency, so that we can start to experience something new, renewal and rebirth. So I would encourage you, if you have the cards, whatever card that you are tuning into, then use that card. If you feel that there is more healing to be done around the message, then leave the card out for 24 hours. Ask for the healing to come through the card to support you with the theme of the card, the message of the card, and that's for your highest good. And just have the card out on your altar, by your bed, where you work, where you sit, where you play, and just allow it to do its thing. Don't need to do anything else unless you want to sit with it and journal with it. Then you've got that option as well. Okay, so if you pick card 1 as your main message, your main card, then renewal and rebirth. Now, this card actually is literally saying that you're on this precipice. No, that's not precipice. On the edge. You're on the edge of a rebirth. Oh my God, literally. You're about to get sucked into this portal in the most beautiful and divine way. And it's about trust and faith. Now, do you have trust and faith? Because that's the message. Where are you not having trust and faith in yourself? Let's forget about the universe. Let's forget about our guides, because essentially we are the universe. We have the universe held within us. You know, what is within is without, what is up, what is above is so below. So when we say that we don't trust the universe, we don't trust our guides, or there's those insecurities and those doubts, what we're really saying is we don't trust ourselves. So that's the thing in terms of rebirth and renewal, renewal and rebirth, is where can you build greater self-trust? And there may be an element of not quite trusting others to deliver because you want it in a certain way. And that's, I know I totally tick that box. So then I end up doing lots of stuff because there's a certain way that I like it to be done, and I can do it in a certain time frame, and it's on my schedule. And so what that does is that it means that I don't allow other people to step up to the plate, and that trust isn't there, trust to do it. So it can create these control tendencies. And this card is saying, where can you bring a bit more space? Where you may have control tendencies, where you may want to do everything yourself, because then it's done in the way that you like to do it. And it then maybe potentially can't go wrong, or it can't be delayed, or you have to go and redo it, whatever it might be. Where can you have more trust and faith? But also there's the trust and faith in maybe bigger decisions. Maybe you don't trust yourself fully to go all in on a decision because it feels too big. You fear the unknown. But this card is all about surrender. And you can see that we've got these most beautiful colors of pinks and purples. And she's just got to a point of like, I've just got to do nothing here, and I've just got to surrender to this process, because that is going to be the most expansive and most rewarding result that I can receive. Where I end up is going to be just the most aligned place. And I allow support. I allow the opportunities. I allow things to evolve in a more magical way, because I'm not trying to control the outcome. I'm not trying to hang on to the old, basically. This is renewal and rebirth. So this is about surrender. It's about letting go. It's about having more trust and faith in yourself and potentially others. Just noticing if there's any of those control habits that come in, or thoughts, and where can you just start to loosen those up a little bit. But this is your renewal and rebirth. This is where you're going to have the biggest leap in the process of whatever it is that you're trying to maybe bring in or experience more of. It's just to have trust and faith in yourself, to make the decision to step up to the plate. Or maybe it's just this little time frame of pausing where you've just got to have trust and faith that the result will land, that you've done everything that you needed to do, but this is now a period of gestation. So trust and faith. Let me know how that card is landing. Also, do listen to the rest of the messages, because this is just going to add on. Now, with regards to the meditation that I normally link at the end of the session, it's going to be related to having more trust and faith. And I think with all of these cards, having more trust and faith in the process is helpful for everybody. So that will be the journey, the Akashic healing journey, that I will link at the end. If you can't find that, let me know and I'll pop the link in the comments below as well. Okay, so if you pick card 2, this is the first repeated from last week, and it's cosmic healing, renewal and rebirth. So there's 2 messages here. One is about receiving healing and being in that position of allowing others to lift you up, support you, do whatever they need to do so that you can renew and rebirth. So it might be that you are in a place of going literally through the breakdown before the breakthrough, and you just need to be held. You need to be in this safe space where people are holding the space for you, they're supporting you in whatever way that you need that, so that you can literally rise and come out all renewed and literally, from the chrysalis into this beautiful next version of you. So there's that message that comes with this card. The second message that comes with this card is allowing people to support you, not needing or feeling or believing that you need to do everything yourself. So this is about you surrendering to receiving support, asking for support, or when people offer support, not turning it down. I've got this, it's okay, I can do this, which can, if we go really into it, then we can go into martyrdom, totally. This is about, again, softening, surrendering, and allowing yourself to receive, not always being the one that has to give, or feeling like when you're feeling like you're in this obligation of giving, then you've gone into that martyrdom kind of energy. And this card is like, no, renew and rebirth is about you receiving. And so your best renew and rebirth is when you just are being, shining your light, restoring yourself, nourishing and nurturing yourself. And other people are holding the space for you. They're sending the healing, they're holding the space, they're making the tea. Whatever it is, allow yourself one yes to support through the week. And it might feel uncomfortable because you might not normally do it, or ask one person for support this week. And there might be that fear of somebody saying no to you, rejection, abandonment, whatever it might be that's underneath that. Still do it, because you're not going to know. And just put yourself in that position of vulnerability and asking for support. It doesn't mean anything about you. We can make it mean something about us, like we're weak and we're not strong, and what will they think of me, and all of this stuff. But be in that softness, be in that vulnerability, because that's part of your renewal and rebirth. And when you establish being able to reach out for support at those times where really when you don't want to, but you really need it, then that can really activate a lot of healing, and it can break a lot of patterns, not just for yourself, but also for the ancestral line, the maternal line, where we are the doers, we are the holders of space, that most of us are. We're very capable and we're great multitaskers and all of that. And this card is saying, no, part of your renewal and rebirth is to actually just be held. So some of you might be really kind of like, that might just feel really toe curling, asking for help and support. And I know, we feel better about it when we pay for it. So it's like, okay, well, that's okay because I'm paying for it, so it's all right. But what if we ask for support and we don't expect anything in return? Then that feels a bit more uncomfortable. But some of us definitely need to do that, and then just be worthy in knowing that we're able to receive that, and that we don't have to do anything in return, although we'll probably want to. So cosmic healing is the card, but this is about receiving. So again, let me know how those cards are landing, especially if you've picked card 2 as your main card. Pop your insights in the comments below. So that was the first repeater from last week. Third card. Again, if you're just tuning into card 3, go listen to cards 2 and card 1, because you're going to get this full expression of the messages this week. Renewal and rebirth. So we are now moving to money, wealth, prosperity. Where do we need a renewal and rebirth around that? This is saying it's mindset, and it's also hard work programming. In fact, we may have a hard work programming meditation. That might be the better one for me to attach to the end of this. I will see. I might attach both if I've got both of them and I've got space to do that. So prosperity mindset, this is about hard work programming. Always needing to validate our worth through action, through doing, and not being able to sit there comfortably and just watch the world go by. Because does that have us feel or think that we're lazy, or that we are missing out on something, or we're not doing enough to bring money in? Depends in what context. It might not be money, it could be love, it could be health, it could be time freedom, it could be experiences, safety. Where can you just be in a space of being? And obviously, nature really helps us to disconnect and get into that state of just being. That's one of the reasons I think we have nature here on this planet, is to really help. And, you know, it's never been more so needed than now, where it's very fast paced, it's very noisy. And in some parts of the world, I think nature is just getting harder to connect with, you know, and get into. So where can you really make time for yourself to be in these types of spaces? And the reason for that is that you disconnect, or you get your healing or your resets, your renewal, your rebirth very quickly, because Mother Nature is doing the work for you. It's very, very powerful, but also very helpful. So, prosperity mindset, where's the renewal and rebirth needed for prosperity mindset? Where do you need to work on your mindset? Where are you going into lack and scarcity? Where are there fears coming up? Are they your fears? Are they based on experiences that you've had in this lifetime? Or are they just illusions or projections, fears that you're picking up from the collective, or potentially family or partners? So this is about you from a renewal and rebirth perspective, being able to look at those beliefs, look at those fears, and where can you bring a sense of balance, a sense of healing? There's a lot of healing water in this particular card. Where can you start to bring some healing to those? Journaling, of course, is very good. Got lots of healing meditations on this channel. Going being by water, again, very, very healing. Setting the intention to start to release these things is a really good start, a really good place. Affirmations, alignment mantras, all of these things are really, really good. And of course, if you've got any of these cards from the Akashic Oracle card deck, if you own the deck, you can start to work with these cards, have the card out for 24 hours, ask for whatever threads, whatever Akashic blocks are held around that theme that we've talked about, and what you're resonating with, what you're feeling or thinking or just knowing, and ask for that to start to be released, the energetic hold to start to be released from your Akashic records and your multidimensional being for your highest good. Okay, so we go to the bonus card. This is the second repeater from last week. So this is relevant to all of the three cards. All of the three cards, of course, are talking about different, as I say, behaviors, habits, psychological stuff that we have going on day in, day out as part of being a human. And this is just another element, another aspect to add and layer into this. So renewal and rebirth. What are you hanging on to that you are still giving your power away to? So this is the second repeater from last week. It's power play, being played by a puppet, giving our power away to maybe the past, giving our power away to always thinking into the future, worrying about the future, giving our power away to past relationships, past mistakes or decisions that we've made that they've not turned out as we really hoped. So we've had our hopes dashed, but we still ruminate around that. Where are we giving our power away to past jobs, past homes or locations, things that we absolutely loved, and then there was some kind of loss, or something happened which meant that you had to let go, you had to make big decisions, big changes. It felt like it was forced upon you. You're still going over that experience. You're still maybe feeling a little bit kind of traumatized by that, wounded by it. That's you giving your power away. And there still is healing to be done there. But if we are shying away from kind of looking at it from a sovereign place, from an intentional place, from a loving place, rather than a judgmental and critical place, then we are giving our power to it. And we could be giving power, obviously, to limited beliefs, our circumstances, feeling that everything is hopeless, feeling helpless. We've always got a choice. We've always got a little micro step that we can take that's going to help shift something in our experience. We do have a lot of tools available to us for free, lots of resources out there that can help us reclaim our power. But if we're in our comfort zone and we don't want to make any changes, then that's where we're giving our power away, because we want to stay safe. We want to stay comfortable. We can't be bothered. We can't be bothered to, even though we're not really liking this. Oh God, it feels too much like it's too much hassle. It's too much faff. It's going to take this long to get the result I want. I can't be bothered. This is what your ego will tell you. These are the excuses. This is the rationale that we will give ourselves to then, well, I'll just stay as I am. It's fine. I'll put up with it. I'll tolerate it. Yeah. This is renewal and rebirth. We want to get rid of this shit, you know? So where can you cut some cords? Now, I did put a cord cutting meditation on the last week's to it was disempowerment cords to others where we were feeling disempowered. So that is from last week's meditation, from last week's pick your own cards. So you can go and find that. But that's basically our renewal and rebirth. This is what we're looking at. So there's all of these different elements. And if you just pick one thing that you want to go deeper with that feels aligned for you, then just making a couple of, just taking a couple of steps, just having a bit of awareness around it is going to really help you to go through a renewal and rebirth process. But you've got very specific themes here that are going to help you to really hone down on what it is that you need to focus on that's going to have the biggest impact for you, the biggest bang for your buck, as it were. So let me know how you found those cards. Don't forget, if you've got this Akashic Oracle card deck modality in a box already, you can either go and do some karmic healing with your key pendulum, anti-clockwise to clear and release, clockwise to install, put some beautiful affirmation, alert, like high vibrational frequencies back into your records, into your multidimensional being. Or you could leave the card out for 24 hours, or if it feels that you'd like to leave it out longer, then you do it for longer, and then just ask for the healing to come through the portals of the card and see how you start to feel. That's when you notice that this is happening, that there's energetic shifts happening because you're less triggered. You may be feeling more motivated. You're feeling you've got more clarity, you've got more energy, you're feeling more confident, you have more self-belief, you're trusting more, you're letting go more. These are all signs that things are shifting in your favor. So let me know how you get on. Let me know if you've got any questions. Of course, if you want to have a one-to-one reading with me, then reach out and I'll share all the details. All right. Love and blessings, and have a beautiful, beautiful rebirth and renewal week.